Hello and welcome to Almost Goddess podcast. Welcome back for our OG listeners and for our new listeners. Welcome to our little community of queens and goddesses of beautiful souls. Thank you so much for being here. And we don't forget the rebels and the visionaries and the outcast, the disruptor. Welcome to our space. So in today's episode, we will gonna talk about how to trust yourself. But before that, let's share the drink of the day, which is matcha. So for the people who are listening on the podcast, I am holding a matcha right now. This is my choice of drink for most of the week because coffee just don't fits me. During weekdays, I still have my 9 to 5 at the evening. So I'm avoiding those feeling that hardly gave me sleep. So nowadays, my priority is nurturing myself with enough sleep because, living the night owl life is not that easy. It's rewarding though. It's manageable nowadays compared to the previous months that I've been struggling when to do things, what time should I do things because I cannot I can hardly manage my energy. So shout out to those people who are working the night owl shift. You guys are amazing and you guys are doing a great job. You're wonderful. I'm cheering for you. When I was a nurse, I used to work in the evening as well. There's a rotation and it's much more difficult sometimes with rotations because your body is needs to adjust. Like every 2 weeks, you need to adjust to a different shift. And that's how the hospital people works. That's how the system of the healthcare works. So going back to our episode, how will you start trusting yourself? So I have my idiot board here on the side. How will you start trusting yourself? How I started even trusting myself. So I'll be honest that for the longest time, I don't trust myself. I rely on external validation. I base my decision on signs, which most of them I'm not following. But I believe those are also like messages from the universe. Nowadays, I rarely ask. Nowadays, I rarely ask for signs because I believe that the universe will give me what I needed at the moment. So before I ask for signs for external validation, more than asking for a blessing, I I'm easily carried away even by the emotions of others. I'm not aware that I'm turning empath at that time, that carrying someone's emotion is a thing. I only realize it when I start studying my human design. I start studying how my body feels and how emotions run in my body. But those days that I don't trust myself yet, those days that I'm always seeking for external validation for my decisions, I easily get carried away by emotions of others. I carry them, which is not a good thing. But for me, as I study my human design, I have an open emotional center. So I tend to easily be affected by emotions of other people. But at the same time, I can also easily influence other people's emotion, which is a good thing. So with you listening here in the podcast or seeing me dancing in my IG stories, that could easily affect your emotions too. So nowadays, I'm very careful how I'm running my emotions in my body, not to project my negative emotions to other people, and also not to absorb other people's emotion. What I'm doing nowadays is like shaking my body if there is like a communication that I overheard when I'm walking on the street that is no longer aligned with me, that's no longer aligned with my values. I'm shaking my body. I'm telling myself it's not mine to carry. It's not mine to carry. You could just try that also for those instances that you don't like to be influenced by other people, or you think that what have been thrown to you is a negative. That, don't get me wrong, like other people's need to vent out their emotions to you, especially if this one good friend, he or she needs someone to listen to. Yes, it's good thing to do. It's one of the best thing to do is to listen to a friend. We all need that. We all need that someone who could listen to what we're going through. But then at the end of the day, you have to be mindful of that emotion, that you might be carrying that emotion unconsciously. So I advise that shaking is one of the best thing nowadays that I'm doing, dancing out of it and telling yourself that it's not mine to carry. It's not mine to carry. You can just vocalize it and listen to yourself. This emotion is not mine to carry. So how I started trusting myself and how you can too. First thing is I start taking responsibility for my own decisions, for my own life. So if you haven't heard my story, that when my father passed away when I was 13, I came to a point that when I'm suffering, I'm blaming him for what I'm going through. I'm looking for someone to blame. And since he's not here anymore, God bless him, on my mind, on my body, on my thoughts, I'm blaming him. I'm blaming him for what I'm going through. I am telling him that if you're here, maybe I wouldn't go through this suffering. If you didn't die at a young age of 43, maybe I'm in a better place. Maybe. We never know. We never know. Because I don't know what will life, if he's here, if he didn't pass away when I was 13. I don't know. Maybe I suffered more or life is better. Who knows? No one knows. So that was a cycle for me for 15 years, more than 15 years of my life. It's part of my self-sabotaging behaviors until when I was abroad, I came to a rock bottom moment of my life that I came to realize that no one will save me. Blaming my father will not lead me anywhere. Blaming him for my suffering will not lead me anywhere. And that blaming, the backstory of that is I'm waiting for him to save me. I'm still believing on the thought that maybe he will come and save me. But he is no longer coming back. He is no longer coming back. So when I was in a rock bottom moment, I told myself that that's the time that when life slaps you with, that is the time when life slaps you with reality that he will no longer coming back to save you and you need to save yourself. That was the time that I started to take responsibility for my life. especially for my decisions. No one can decide for me. And I don't like to rely on other people to decide for me because they are not on my situation. I stopped asking my mom to decide for me. There are instances that I'm not sharing my situation to her because I don't like to be influenced by her decision, by her emotion. So I decided that whatever consequences of this decision, I will accept it wholeheartedly. That is the turning point in my life. That is the turning point in my life. And I believe that is the time that I started trusting myself, because whatever result of this decision, I will do it. I will follow my intuition. And that leads us to the second way on how you start trusting yourself. Follow and listen to your intuition. There is that higher guidance that your body is leading you into your growth. Intuition is real. It's not only mother's instinct, but intuition is real. That is the time that I started listening to myself internally. So, to begin with, I started to practice yoga and meditation. So those are the body-centered practices that led me to become aware of how my body is reacting to certain situations, to certain circumstances. So that is the time that I started to awaken my intuition. My intuition has been there. Your intuition is always there with you. Maybe it has been shut down during your transformative years, or you don't listen to it. You don't listen to it because you think it's crappy. You think it's not true, but it is. I can attest to that, and many people can attest to that intuition is real. So intuition is that inner guidance that will lead you to the life of your desires. So it will lead you somewhere uncomfortable, I may say. It will lead you somewhere fun, but not all the time. It will lead you something fun, but it's hidden. It's hidden behind your problems. It's hidden behind your suffering. So following your intuitions, getting that full yes in your gut feeling is something that will lead you in trusting yourself. It's one step forward in trusting yourself. So aside from yoga and meditation, another body-centered practices that I start incorporating into my routine since last year is somatic practice. It is like feeling in your body the emotion, positive or negative, feeling in your body the sadness, the happiness, the anger, the fear. That is the practices that you can just play a music to whatever emotion that you want to feel. There has been a time of my life where I set a tone for sad music and I just cry for no reason because I just want to release. I don't like to name any emotions anymore. It's just sadness, pure sadness. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if it just happened or it's been carrying by my body for the longest time. I just play the music, cry, be angry, punch the pillow. Punching pillow is the best thing. The best way is to play the music. It's a practice that is best practiced alone. It's very personal. It's a very, very personal practice for me because I get to choose my own music. put myself in a vibe that I want to feel, adjusting the lights, lighting a candle, and just be with myself. It is a moment that is so precious for me when I do that, because the music alone is so empowering. It's a release. It's an emotional release. Another practice that I discovered last year is ecstatic dancing. Yes, you heard right. It's like a sister science of yoga, but without the poses, without the steps or whatever. You just vibe to the music. It's close to somatic practice. But with ecstatic dancing, it's more on the vibration of the music. It's more on feeling ecstatic, feeling happiness. It's ecstatic, I believe, is more than happiness. It's elation, it's ecstasy. You feel high with the music. You feel high with the music. I haven't attended an in-person ecstatic dancing. I do it for myself alone. But in the future, I will. And I'm planting the seed to be an ecstatic dancer, facilitator, and DJ this year. Hopefully, it will manifest sooner than I expected. But it's an amazing practice. It's like being high without the drugs. It's like being high without the drug, without the alcohol. It's being high only with yourself, with the music, and with the spirit of the vibe that you created for yourself. So I highly, highly encourage you to do things that are body centered, because your body has the best decision maker. The body is the best decision maker for you. Your mind is overthinking. Especially if your mind is overthinking and your body is resisting, there's something in there. You need to excavate, you need to reflect, you need to journal why there is a conflict between your mind and body. And one last activity that could enhance your gut decision making and your intuition is a Pinterest activity. This is not mine. I just read it somewhere else in the internet. I tried it and it's working. So you go to Pinterest. Pinterest is like a website, an app for all things beautiful, beautiful photos. Everything's there. Everything vibey. So you go to Pinterest, sign up for Pinterest, and choose the categories that you like if you are signing for the first time. But if not, you can just simply browse. Browse and click on those photos that feel yes for your body. Don't overthink. Don't use your mind. Don't focus on one photo for like 3 seconds. Do it 1 second. Like click, 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 click. Hell yes, hell no, hell yes, 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 fuck yes, yes, no, no, no. Just click all the things that makes you yes. Click all the photos that makes you the instant yes. Not that, it's a yes or a no. For sure it's a no. Just do it and see how your body will react. Then go over those photos that you click yes. You will see and you will know that most of it are things that you like, things that you desire, or things that you can easily relate to. It's a fun practice. It's a fun practice just to practice how your intuition, how your body is reacting to different things. So I highly suggest those 2 exercises that you can do once a week, even once a week, just to practice, give your body that muscle for intuition, and internal validation. So, the third one on how you will trust yourself is build a solid relationship with yourself. Become your own bestie. Become obsessed with yourself. Building a solid relationship with yourself is something new to me, not something that I always knew. I don't even know that relationship to self is a relationship to begin with. Yeah. I don't even know that relationship to myself is a relationship. All I know is relationship is friendship, love relationship, family, relatives, friends, colleague. But relationship to myself? Whoa, that's new. Years ago, that's new to me. But then I cultivated that relationship with myself because, again, no one will save me. And over the years, that is the best relationship that I have created. I start to see myself in the mirror and look at myself that, hey, you in the mirror is the person that I'm obsessed with. I stop criticizing myself. I'm starting to be compassionate with myself. I look in the mirror. I told myself, I love you. We got this. I love you. We got this. Hey, you look amazing. Every time I see myself in the mirror, I told myself, hey, you look amazing. You're glowing. You're a good person. Start affirming for yourself. Become your own bestie. Even though you have like 20 best friends in the world, yourself is the number one best friend. Yourself will be the number one best friend that you could have. Because when everyone is busy, everyone is not always there to help you, not always there to accompany you. So how could you build a relationship with yourself? Start by the mirror work, affirming yourself in front of the mirror, feeling good about yourself. Another practice of building the solid relationship with yourself is taking care of your physical body. There is only one body that you will have in this lifetime. So you have to take care of it. That's the home for your soul. That is the home of your bestie. You need to take care of it. There will be that cravings. There will be that habitual drinking. But most of the time, you need to nurture yourself to be healthy. You need to be aware of food that doesn't make you feel good. Food that will keep you bloated. Keep away from those food as much as you can. Regulate your blood sugar. One hack that I will share with you from Glucose Goddess, you can search her Glucose Goddess on Instagram, is to prevent glucose spike when you're eating a meal. You have to drink 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar at least 10 minutes before the meal. And that blows my mind that simply drinking apple cider vinegar will regulate and will prevent the glucose spike in my body. And it's working for the past month. I've been doing it for more than a month now. And it's working. Lastly is I put money on the table. I bet on myself. I bet on myself for the person that I'm becoming. The moment that I put money on the table for my own personal growth, that is the signal for my body that I trust myself. I trust myself on that investment. I invest on myself because I trust myself all the way around. It's a cycle. Because the moment that I invest on hiring a mentor or a coach, I am trusting myself that whatever lessons that I will learn from this person, I trust that I can apply it to whatever aspect of my life, to the person that I'm becoming. I'm investing to that person that I'm becoming. I'm investing to the future self. I'm investing to the future me. I hire a coach because I like what she have. I desire the life that she have. So I hire her so that she could give me tools. She could tell me the ways how she get there. That is one way for me to trust myself, and you could too. If money is an issue, you don't have to hire a coach. Just buy a book. Watch YouTube videos. There are a lot of YouTube videos that are mentoring you how to be the person you want to become. Creating habits, arts, photography, cooking, storytelling. YouTube is like a vast place of knowledge to begin with. Listening to a podcast. I started podcasting because I'm inspired by the podcast that I'm listening to. I'm inspired by the way they have taught me to become the person that I am. So I want to do this too. One person can listen to this and might change a life. One person. I've been changed by one episode, so might as well you too. What are you waiting for? List down the things that lights you up right now. Follow your curiosity and go for it. Go for it. Trust on yourself that you could do it. You could do it. You can do it. There is one reel that I shared on my IG stories last night. Not a real time because I am recording it for like a week in advance. So there is a one reel that it says that if you are on one single job most of your life, that is a punishment. But I don't believe that. But I shared that reel for the half part of it because it says that if you don't know what you want in life, you keep learning. And I believe I'm on that path of not knowing what I want. I change what I want. Instead of being hard on myself, I embrace myself that I cannot stick to just one job, one task, and not growing anymore. I'm not into it. I just can't. I just can't stay in one single job with just a list of tasks to do. It's not working for me. Though it's been working for the generation of my mom. She's been a teacher for more than 30 years. That's their generation. I respect that. And this is mine. It's totally different. It's totally different. So that reel says that if you don't know what to do, you just keep learning because you keep exploring, you keep following what lights you up. It keeps following your curiosity. So you become a lifelong student because you are acquiring skills. You're acquiring skills that you wouldn't believe you will acquire along the way because you choose to live a life that is unpredictable. Life that is unpredictable. Yes, that is the term. Life that is unpredictable because you don't know. Next year you might be doing another job. Next year you are exploring again another skills. And I think that makes life interesting nowadays. So, but even though you have that one job that you stays for years, you love it. Yes, I respect that. I'm here for you. I'm cheering for you. Nothing is wrong with that. There are people right now who are sticking to their job because they love it, but they're doing what lights them up. They're doing, they're following their curiosity as a side hustle, as a hobby. You don't have to monetize your creativity. You don't have to monetize everything. So I respect all those people who stays in the job because they love it. And on the side, they acquire another skills. They acquire another more knowledge. And it's just it's just amazing to feel that we are now in a day and age that knowledge is no longer limited, that all the skills you want to learn, it's just one click away from Google. And there are also, it's just one click away. It's just you that needs to do your part. Yes, we are on this era of just following our curiosity. May it be a full-time job that you're following it on the side, or you are doing it as a full-time job. Keep following what lights you up. Keep acquiring skills that's required for you to have the life of your desires, because it's possible. All right, that is it for me on this episode. Keep trusting yourself, keep betting on yourself, because you never know where life will bring you if you keep trusting yourself. And with whatever aspect in life, you need to trust yourself. May it be in relationship, in your job, in any other aspect or areas of your life, you need it. And it's one of the best. It is one, not the best, essential. It is one essential tool that you need to practice. Trusting yourself, become your own best friend, and simply just loving yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Do things that makes you feel love. Do things that make yourself feel love. All right, that is it for today's episode on how to start trusting yourself. I know we have gone a lot of sharp curve and detours around this episode, but thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for staying in at the end of this video or at the end of this episode. Please don't forget to share this with a friend who you think need to hear this. Please tag me along on Instagram for any insights or takeaways. You can DM me for episode that you want to hear in the future. I am on Instagram at Rovea Wanda, Ruvea, and on YouTube at Rovea Wanda. Thank you so much, and please don't forget to leave a review on Apple Podcasts or rate me on Spotify at Almost Goddess Podcast. Thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.